Yo, what's up boys, and welcome back to a video which I didn't really think I was going to end up making, but it's essentially a rant video. So if you want a really high quality rant, this is a place to be. It's going to be an unedited, pretty much one time hashtag make DayZRP great again rant. I made a forum post just yesterday on DayZRP. You can check it out in the description below, but I'll also have it on the screen right now, essentially talking about my current feelings towards DayZRP and just its past and where I think maybe its immediate future should be. Not that I know anything about server hosting, and guaranteed I won't know the exact right answer on how to make a server popular or how to kill a community. Who knows what could happen. But either way, the whole idea was basically talking about DayZ standalone RP, which has been a big part of my channel, and it's brought back a lot of old feelings. You know, DayZRP was a really big part of my channel years and years ago in the mod. It was like literally 3-4 years ago when I originally joined that. But since I've been back on DayZ standalone RP again, I've just really missed certain things about the mod, which could either be applied with ARMA 2 or an ARMA 3 Desolation, Exile, whatever else server within the DayZRP community, or could be made by literally anyone. This is something I talked about very briefly a few videos ago, saying basically if someone makes an ARMA 2 server or makes an ARMA 3 Desolation server with RP elements, I would play the shit out of it, and it would probably be popular because it feels like something people would a lot of people would like to play. I asked you guys in that video, but again it was kind of brief in the middle. So since I've got a video you know, just focusing on that idea, hopefully you guys can leave some feedback on the whole thing, which I'm going to be talking about in this video, whether it's a good idea, whether I'm delusional or not, blah de blah de blah. But just to give you guys a TLDR, which I also put in this forum post, which if you want to go support, then obviously go to that link and leave a comment or whatever, or just leave a comment below in this YouTube video, either one works. But essentially what I put in the TLDR was DayZ standalone RP is a lot of fun, but the server's owners can't dictate anything past the actual rule set. By this I mean they can't dictate the loot spawns, we can't dictate vehicle spawns, we can't change the time of the server, they don't have the best logs there, they don't have mod support, they don't have TFR. Because of that, they don't have custom maps, we don't have weapon variety. I mean, they do, but obviously standalone is a bit limited since it hasn't been out for that long. Vehicle variety, I just don't like vehicles in standalone, and there isn't that many of them. They're overcomplicated, and you know, there's no helis, there's no boats or anything like that. So the map's really good on DayZ standalone, but with all those things I just listed, those things are all things which are currently things which you can't get in standalone, and who knows when they could be things in standalone. Like, we don't have any estimated time on mod release from what I know. I think it's something which like Hicks and our devs have talked about before, but we don't know when mod support's going to happen, when mod support's going to actually be released. We don't know when admins are going to be able to have full control over their server. This also means things such as settlements. The gameplay you'll see in the background will more than likely be a lot from my mod series, which shows, I think, a good demonstration of what the settlements should be and how they can really impact the gameplay overall. Instead of just having a bunch of people or a bunch of factions patrolling around on DayZRP Shinaris, which also, just to add to that, there's only 60 people per server on DayZ standalone, which I think sucks. You could have more people on an ARMA 2 or an ARMA 3 server without really having that big of an impact on FPS and stuff like that, or at least from what I know. But yeah, right now it's just a bunch of factions patrolling around. We don't really have anywhere to call home because you can't set up a settlement or anything like that, and they just kind of just mingle and see what happens. There's no real planned anything. That's another thing which you'd have with ARMA 2 and ARMA 3 server with RP. You'd actually be able to have proper events with stuff spawned in, and you know, settlements which makes sense, you know, because obviously standalone, it's not designed for RP, and it probably never will be designed for RP. At the end of the day, there's more people that play the core game and they have a lot of fun there, so why, I don't know, why make it a fucking RP mod? Although, in my opinion, RP is the best experience that you can have on DayZ RP or on DayZ standalone, as I said many times before. Anyway, I get off track. But the point is, there's really just, it feels different to mod times. And I feel like the mod times were more underdeveloped RP, if you know what I mean. The rules weren't as strict back then. It was more so straight up just initiation on people. There wasn't really that many rules which dictated like, oh yeah, you should be RPing, oh yeah, you should be RPing. But still, these settlements and the stories which were created through my original videos, I'm not gonna lie, yes, the videos were decently edited by me, and I did think about things, and I did plan out a few things with a few different factions, but for the most part things just ended up happening naturally, and conflicts arose and things made sense. Since I've played on DayZ standalone RP, I've been banned 3 times because I've been trying to create conflict, I've been trying to create something interesting, and honestly, yeah, it's been okay, but it feels like anything which I ever do doesn't really matter. With something like a settlement, it's going to be something you're going to be coming back to over and over again. You're going to know where that faction is and where you can find them at all times. and it just feels like a nice meeting place for people to go to trade, to raid, and whatever else. So with that all said, what do I think should happen to change all of these limits with DayZ standalone? By the way, just to confirm, I'm not saying DayZ standalone sucks, and I feel like these things, I mean, undoubtedly will be available in the future, but right now, without TFR, I feel like the voice of IP is a big part of it, and all the other things which are listed, like, it's not something which right now I feel like it's really the best option for RP. I feel like DayZRP is held back by standalone, and the quality of everything is just held back. Like I said, a large portion of that is the voice of IP, where you just can't fucking understand people, and it's hard to hear directions and shit like that. It's kind of stupid. But yeah, if you guys didn't know already, DayZRP, after the ARMA 2 mod died, we did relaunch it from what I've been told, but it just flopped. No YouTubers supported it, and honestly, the original mod, pretty much only I supported it, and I think a few other smaller YouTubers, but obviously the whole YouTube entertainment DayZ ARMA space is a lot bigger now, and I feel like a lot more YouTubers would support, a lot more streamers would support it now if it did relaunch. And I know I would undoubtedly support as well. And on top of that, we also launched a side project which was armor-free Desolation RP, which again, it came and gone very quickly. I've seen a really cool video. Well, I'll actually put a bit of footage of it on the screen right now, but I mean, not that I asked you for permission, but it's fine. I'm sure he appreciates it. It's all towards the bring back Desolation, bring back something which isn't standalone movement kind of thing. So thank you, and also you can check out his thread in the description. But yeah. So that kind of came and gone as well, because again, no YouTubers who were big supported it, and people didn't know it existed. But I feel like now I have really opened a lot of people's eyes to DayZRP who have never seen it before, and people who used to be fans of a mod maybe are interested in DayZRP standalone. But many people who have posted, or not many people, but a few people who have posted on my thread essentially say DayZRP is good, DayZ standalone it's just okay. You know, it's their only option right now for quality DayZRP RP. Like, they can't play anything else. We aren't all flocking to those servers because it's fucking amazing and they jerk off our friends and have a whale of a time there. We just play it because really it's their only option. There is no Arma 2 roleplay server, there is no Arma 3 Desolation XL or whatever else popular roleplay server right now. A few people as well had the argument that adding TFR would ruin the banter which people have on TeamSpeak. I have just kind of something in my head right now. It's pretty simple though, but people either spawn with radios, or you know, this would be something which could be applied either Arma 2 or Arma 3, because TFR has never been used in an RP mod on either of those, from my knowledge, at least a popular one. But yeah, you spawn with a radio, or radios are semi-easy to find. That way you can have radio transmissions on fixed frequencies, so you can have like actual news shows and stuff like that, instead of these weird role-played on the forums TV or TV/radio shows. You can actually have it live in the game and have a radio broadcast on a certain frequency. And on top of that, if you want banter with your friends, you can still have banter with your friends. You just have it on the radio instead of out of game on TeamSpeak. I've talked to a few members of DayZRP before, and I do kind of want to stick with the DayZRP thing. I don't want to go to another third-party server and have to worry about, you know, the owners not being 12 and shit. I trust Rolly and his boys, but they really just seem to be opposed to the whole idea of making something again, because they're scared that it's going to just come and go within a week for whatever reason. They just don't see why people would play it. I mean, I see a lot of reasons people would play it. I don't know if you guys have played SA recently, but I feel like that's a perfect map. If it's going to be on free Desolation, that's a perfect map to play it on. Or even Shinaris, I don't really care to be honest, but Desolation on SA, it's a post-apocalyptic map. It looks really good. It's got underground areas to a map. It's got, I mean, it's armor free. You can put settlements on the map. You just need people to play it, and I know I can draw those people in to play it, and then you're good, really. Everything else kind of just comes naturally when you have population on a decent RP server with factions, settlements, etc, etc. You don't need to like coordinate that too much. The only thing I feel like needs a bit of thought is the lore for Arma 3 Desolation or whatever else, or Arma 2, because they did say that they did have lore, I think, which was the same on their standalone server as it was on the Desolation server, and it made things confusing or something. So there definitely does need to be some time and effort put into that stuff, but I don't see any reason why it doesn't exist right now. You only YOLO once. There's currently, I think, 4 DayZRP servers up. There was 5 before. Why not try out something new again? There's gonna be people, YouTubers and stuff supporting it. I don't know why I didn't support it in the first place. I missed my time. But but I know I can this time because I'm here and I'm here to stay. Whether it's going to be in DayZRP or whatever else, I do plan on obviously continuing to make roleplay a big part of my channel, whether it's through life mods, through DayZRP, or like I said, whatever else. Like, I do really like that aspect of video games, so yeah. I probably missed out a few points in this video because, like I said, I did make it very quickly without too much fall, but I felt like most of it was already up in my head. But yeah, just check out the threads in the description below if you want to support it. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it'll be terrible, but I feel like it could definitely be good. It just depends on the setup and the people that played and blah blah blah. But you know what, we'll give it a good try, and at least we'll be hyped for a short amount of time of, hey, this is something new, or even if it's ARMA 2 mod coming back, hey, it's something old, which really, you know, the high-speed car pursuits and shit like that with custom vehicle spawns, and I don't know, it's just you can't have the experiences you had in the mod and standalone, because you just can't fuck with a server, man. You should be able to make a good RP experience. Like, I don't know what to tell you. There's just, the tools just aren't there in standalone, and they're not going to be there for a while. I still do want to play standalone every now and then, but right now, yeah, it's not a perfect fit for an RP server in my honest, strong opinion. But anyway, like I said, all links and stuff in the description below. Leave some feedback in the comment section if you guys have any at all. If you did miss the old ARMA 2 mod series on DayZRP, I don't know, it's hard to really convince you why it was such a crazy, fun experience, but it just was. I can't say anything other than go watch those series, and I know a lot of people don't watch them when I say that, which is fine. Why would you want to spend hours watching this old series? I thought it was fucking dope, but people just don't watch them. Some newer people, which is understandable, but they were some of the best series I've ever made on this channel, so it's a bit upsetting, but good times can come back, hopefully, and standalone will continue to be pretty good, at least, so yeah. Hashtag make DayZRP great again. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and all good stuff, boys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.